Today, we're diving into NIO Incorporation's second quarter 2024 financial results. And it's packed with some major developments that you won't want to miss. First up, let's talk about vehicle deliveries. NIO delivered 57,373 vehicles in quarter 2 2024. That's a huge jump, 143.9% increase from quarter 2 last year. This includes over 32,500 SUVs and 24,800 sedans, which really shows how strong their premium smart electric lineup is becoming. This surge has pushed vehicle sale up to $2.16 billion, which is a 118% increase compared to the same quarter in 2023, and 87% higher than quarter 1 2024. Incredible growth, right? And it doesn't stop there. NIO's total revenue hit $2.4 billion, almost doubling their revenue from last year. That's a massive 98.9% jump compared to the quarter 2 2023 and 76.1% higher than quarter 1 2024. Now, let's break down the profitability side. Gross profit, that skyrocketed to $232.4 million. That's up a mind-blowing 1,841% year over year. Yes, you heard that right. And gross margin is at 9.7% this quarter, up from 1% last year and 4.9% in quarter 1. So when we talk about vehicle margins, NIO's hitting 12.2%, a big improvement from the 6.2% in quarter 2 of last year, and even higher than the 9.2% they hit in quarter 1. This improvement is largely due to lower material costs, which is always a good sign for long-term profitability. Despite these wins, NIO is still reporting a loss from operations, $716.8 million this quarter. But there's a silver lining. This is actually 14% lower than quarter 2 last year and 3.4% lower than quarter 1 2024. So, NIO's losses are shrinking, slowly but surely. On the net loss side, NIO reported $694.4 million, which is down 16.7% compared to quarter 2 last year. When you exclude share-based compensation, that loss shrinks to $624.1 million. In terms of cash, NIO is sitting comfortably with $5.6 billion in cash and investments as of June 30, 2024. And here's the key financial results for the second quarter of 2024. This video is sponsored by Property Direct. Welcome to a new way of finding and managing property. Whether you're buying, renting, and selling, we've got you covered, all without any estate agent fees. Start your global property search here and save money while discovering your perfect place. It's simple, straightforward, and completely free. Dive in and let's get you moving. And now that we're back onto some cool developments, NIO announced its Power Up Counties. NIO announced its Power Up Counties plan in August 2024. This initiative is aimed at improving their charging and battery swapping networks across all country-level administrative divisions in China. Not only is this a game changer for new drivers, but it also makes life easier for all the electric vehicle owners in these areas. Now, the company isn't just delivering more cars, they're making them more efficiently too. Vehicle margin jumped to 12.2% this quarter from 6.2% last year. It's all about optimizing costs, and NIO CFO Stanley Yu confirmed that in their remarks. They're laser focused on driving down material costs, and it's paying off. For context, their gross margin hit 9.7%, way up from 1% we saw this time last year. Impressive, right? Okay, let's talk about revenues now. Total revenues in the second quarter of 2024 were $2,406 million, representing an increase of 98.9% from the second quarter of 2023 and an increase of 76.1% from the first quarter of 2024. Then the vehicle sales in the second quarter were $2,157.6 million, representing an increase of 118.2% from the second quarter of last year, and an increase of 87.1% from the first quarter of this year. Moving on to cost of sales and gross margin, the cost of sales in the second quarter were $2,168.3 million, representing an increase of 81.4% from the second quarter of 2023 and an increase of 67.3% from the first quarter of this year. Now, the gross profit and the gross margin increased as well. In the second quarter, gross profit was $232.4 million. That represents an increase of 1,841% from the second quarter of last year and an increase of 246.3% from the first quarter of this year. Lastly, vehicle margin in the second quarter of 2024 was 12.2%, which compared with 6.2% in the second quarter of last year and 9.2% in the first quarter of this year. The increase in vehicle margin from the first quarter of 2024 was mainly due to decreased material cost per unit. So, if we talk about expenses, the research and development expenses decreased from the as compared to last year. Selling, general, and administrative expenses increased from the last year. The decrease in research and development expenses was mainly due to the incremental design and development cost of new products and technologies, as well as the increased personnel cost in research and development functions. But the increase in selling, general, and administrative expenses was due to two reasons. First, the increase in personnel costs related to sales functions, and second, the increase in sales and marketing activities. Okay, now let's talk about profits, or losses rather. While things are looking up in many areas, NIO is still operating at a loss. They reported a loss from operations of $716.8 million in quarter two. But there's a good news here. Their loss decreased by over 14% from the same quarter last year. So, yes, they're still burning cash, but they're doing it more efficiently. And as for net loss, it came in $694.4 million, also down 16.7% from last year. You might be wondering what's keeping them from turning a profit. A big part of it is their R&D and infrastructure investments. They spent $442.9 million on R&D this quarter, an area where they're still scaling up. But looking at the big picture, they're laying the groundwork for future growth, building new products and enhancing tech. The focus on the mass market and scaling operations should help them get there. Well, here comes the balance sheet. The balance of cash and cash equivalents, restricted cash, short-term investment, and long-term time deposits was $5.7 billion as of June 30, 2024. Looking ahead to quarter three, NIO is expecting to deliver between 61,000 and 63,000 vehicles, which would be another 10 to 13% bump from the same quarter last year. They're also forecasting revenue between $2.63 billion and $2.7 billion, which will represent more steady growth. So, what's the takeaway? NIO is making big strides with higher vehicle sales, improving margins, and narrowing down its losses. With strong cash results and forward thinking projects like the Power Up Counties plan, they're positioning themselves as a serious player in the electric vehicle market. If you found this breakdown useful, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to stay updated with our latest research. Stay connected with us on Twitter or Telegram and visit us at collectiveresearch.com for more in-depth sites. Thanks for watching and see you next time.